So the new police chief came up with a radical new idea. All we're going to do is paint over the subway. Any train cars that have any graffiti on them, we're going to either chrome them over or replace them. We're going to replace all the turnstiles so they're not broken anymore. Put a new coat of paint on all the turnstiles. We're going to take a special train simply for the police, for the subway security, to make sure that nobody is vandalizing any property, that no petty crimes are taking place. So they'll have something on the spot. But the real measure is make sure that everything is spick and span and no one has an example of crime. Crime dropped. We didn't have to arrest anybody. We didn't have to, God forbid, whip them or kill them. All we had to do was present them a situation where crime is not the better option. And this could be done anywhere, and it could be just as smaller measure. Instead of having to think about crime taking place in the area, institute a neighborhood watch or just increase police presence by a oomph. People are not going to think that crime is an option. Of course, we still have the hardened criminals to deal with, and the police is going to deal with that. This is why we're increasing presence. But the people who believe that it's a better option for me, that I will thrive, that I will exist better if I just did all the other wickedness that other people are doing, that because someone else is getting away with it, I can get away with it too. That because someone stole my laptop or Brendan's laptop or Yuri's best friend's laptop and got away with it, that I could be the next bicycle thief and steal somebody else's own. That it will be better for me if we just present that situation as false. Half, if not 3/4 of the criminals that we actually have, people who believe that since other people had the opportunity, I can have the opportunity too, will simply be null and void. And then we only have to deal with the hardened ones. And then we could deal with the actual in-prison rehabilitation. And of course, yes, I'm saying that there will be people who are too bad for that. But if we're killing people to prove that killing people is wrong, then we're wrong too. I prefer life imprisonment. It's just as grim. If you know that you can't come back out, and I don't mean 35 years life imprisonment. I mean the length of your life. You're supposed to live for 65 years. Your prison sentence is 66. Normal.
So we take the money from the living and we spend it on people.
My taxpayers' dollars are going into someone's last meal and the poison that will be injected into your body.
Yeah, but
it's not any better.
1,000 meals or whatever, investing in a generation of children who deserve it better, who deserve it more, who need that fund. Now, in our society already stretched economically.
But
we can't go on indefinitely.
We can't go on indefinitely.
Alright, okay.
This is my last thing. Again, that statement takes into consideration our current prison state, as opposed to a prison state that goes through the proper research and evaluation and then implementation of proper reform. What we're saying right now is that it's a waste of money, and to some degree I agree. But until and unless we invest and find that reform that works best within the Trinidadian and Tobagonian climate, we can't argue that it's a waste of money, because we might actually be increasing our workforce to what it actually represents numerically. We'd be taking these people and letting these people re-fulfill their roles in society.
Okay, that was the last point. They have 2 minutes for the camera.
What Jacques was saying is that this world doesn't have unlimited resources. For people to have work, you need to have resources to work on. If it is you, right now we have a job situation where jobs are kind of scarce. If it is you get more people to come here, then jobs will be more scarce, right? And it will be hard pressed for work, because work is not a thing that it have lying around for people to just do. And it is, you need to invest in psychologists to train and to figure out this thing, and you have to invest billions of dollars for the prison system to change.
Right, so it's just fine.
Right. So you're going to take resources that are already limited, because remember, oil is not something that is here forever. Sooner or later it will run out. Right. Work otherwise than that. If we don't have oil, we have to find things to make a life out of. Just like America have a lot of resources. They have gold, they have all these different things. And beyond that, they have the human resource, which is to take simple resources and make them so much more. We in Trinidad don't have that. We don't have a mass abundance of steel in the ground to say, well, we could harvest steel and make something out of it. We don't have a massive abundance of resources within our country. If it is you propose that we put all these resources into changing the prison system, you're also proposing that we don't put this money into other things that we need. Because if you take $1 billion and you put it into the prison system, that's $1 billion that's not going to children, that's not going to jobs, that's not going to all kind of different things. So that's where the core concept of the investment came from the start. You're proposing that we spend God knows how much money for a result that you believe will work.
No, it actually takes less money to fund the prison system than California spends more money on its prison system than its education.
Is California exactly like us, right, as when their crime system began?
More points. In terms of
Because you're trying
but the crimes are of a similar nature.
Alright. We had a call. Final thoughts? No?
Final thoughts from Claude?
No, I agree with Brandon's point that before we can even use the death penalty and evaluate it, we need to do something about the present problems that exist within the justice system. Otherwise, we'll be implementing penalty, in a prematurely in a situation, thinking as a cure, when it's not a cure for the problems that actually exist. We need to prevent some of them before we start applying this cure. I agree with that. But I still think
Well,
the
that's the
death
end of
penalty as a
this
reality
video.
should
Hope
be.
you enjoyed.
When we
USC Foods blog session. Facebook, YouTube. Boston.
No, I'm not.
Of course, YouTube.
Yeah,
We together to the masses.
Anyway, later.